This video is going to show you intermediate rehab for a grade 1 hamstring strain and follows on from our video on early stage rehab for grade 1. We're going to cover progressive strengthening whilst also introducing pelvic control, and also in this stage we want to avoid aggravating the hamstring further. So if we find some of the exercises aggravating the symptoms, we need to reevaluate the rehab plan in place. So the first exercise is a hamstring curl, simple but effective. You're getting the full concentric contraction, bringing the heels into the glutes, and then you're getting the eccentric part when you're lengthening the hamstrings away from the body. When you're first doing this exercise, 3 times 15 in sets and reps is going to be enough, and then we can start to change things later on once we get closer to that kind of end stage rehab. The key with this exercise is just keeping it nice, slow and controlled and not going too fast. Otherwise we're going to aggravate the area if we start to add in a bit of speed into these exercises too soon. So now we're going to move into some bridge progressions. Start with double leg bridges in a shortened state. We can progress these to double leg bridges in a lengthened state. Then once we're comfortable with that, single leg bridges back to shortened state, and then the single leg bridges in a lengthened state. And the reason why we do this is we just progressively load the patient further and further until we're happy that they've filled all the requirements, because the last thing you want to do is to load someone in a lengthened state before you've done it in a shortened state and then just aggravate the injury even further. Okay, and next we're going to move into hamstring extenders. They're quite a nice simple exercise. They're kind of like a precursor for some of the harder work we're going to do later. And we're going to follow the same protocol with all these exercises, 3 times 15, just because it's nice and easy to follow, especially if you're dealing with kind of recreational athletes. You can always tailor sets and reps for different levels of abilities. And this exercise can be used as kind of like a benchmark as well of where you feel pain coming on, or you feel any discomfort when comparing legs. Because you could say one day, oh, I kind of felt a bit of pain at like 60 degrees, and then maybe one day you don't feel it at 60 degrees anymore, it's more 75, and you know you're starting to make some sort of progression there. Okay, and then we're going to move into the divers exercise, which is aptly named for any football players that are doing any hamstring rehab. Key with this exercise is to make sure the hips are as level as possible and will not get any sideways movement, whilst we hinge at the hips and also bring the non-standing leg backwards. Once we feel comfortable, we can start to add weight. And this is a really good exercise to eccentrically lengthen the hamstring under load, but this is why it's important we do the hamstring extenders before this, to make sure we can actually be at the right stage to perform this exercise. Additionally, this exercise is working on single leg stability, getting the glute medius involved, so it's a really good compound exercise working on different types of muscles. Check out the hamstring rehab playlist to see more videos on hamstring rehab exercises and just to broaden your knowledge on the area. Thank you very much for watching, and make sure you subscribe if you want to see more sport rehab content.